everyone, this is Tracy. For this week's project, I'm going to do something for Christmas in July. I am a huge snowman lover, so we're going to do snowman gift cards. I'm going to do it in two different ways. I'm going to give you the option with the hole so you can hang it if you want to, like an ornament. And then this option, there's no hole, so if you just wanted to give it that way. But that's what we're going to be working on today. So the supplies that I'm using my Cricut Joy Xtra, but you can use any of your Cricut machines. I am using my Easy Press Mini and my heat pad and a little Teflon sheet because I'm going to be applying the name with HTV, and I'm going to show you how to personalize this in Cricut Design Space. You could do the name, you could add a year up here if you want to. I have a standard grip and a light grip mat. I like to rotate between both of them as I'm working. You'll just kind of see that as I go. You may see me use some painter's tape because a couple of my mats don't have a whole lot of stick, so if my HTV or my cardstock that I'm putting on my mat isn't sticking very well, I'll put a little piece of painter's tape on there. I've got my brayer, my weeding tools. These are my scissors to cut my adhesive strips so they don't stick. If you've not seen these before, I've mentioned these in several different videos, but I always like to mention them because it's something that I didn't know even existed. When you're cutting foam strips, the adhesive that's on the back, if you need to cut them smaller, if you use these, the adhesive will not stick to your blade, so you won't ruin your scissors. This is the glue I'm going to be using. This is the Bearly Art Precision Craft Glue. I'm using a bunch of cardstock scraps. I've got boxes of scraps, which I'm sure you guys do too. So I'm going to be using up some of those scraps. So the cardstock that you see here is just whatever I have left over. But the main cardstock that I'm using is Encore, and the black, and a couple of other colors that are in here are the Encore cardstock. My favorite white cardstock, this is actually by Hammermill, I believe it's called, but this is actually 110 pound cardstock. I use this with most of my things that I use that are white. It just cuts really well. I don't have any rips or anything. That's what these little snowmen here are. So we have those, and then I have a couple different foam squares and some foam tape that I'm going to be using. You use what you have on hand. I just like to rotate between what I've got right there. I think that's it. Let's go ahead, jump into Design Space. I'll show you how to get this all set up so you guys can make yourself some cute little snowman gift cards. Okay, so here we are over in Cricut Design Space, and this is what your SVG is going to look like when it lands on your canvas. I'm going to go ahead and right click and ungroup this. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at this right here. These are just some little extra elements, the star and the snowflake if you want to use those. This is the optional hat. Like I said, there are two different backers here. This one's got a hole, so you would use this little topper for this one. Oh, it's not actually the hat. That's the little ball for the hat. Okay, so you can obviously make these whatever colors that you like. I'm going to be using the one with the hole for what we're working on today. This is for the gift card, and what you need to do is come over here. If you drop this down, you can see that there's extra little doodads right there. Go ahead and click on that, or grab both of these and click attach. That way your machine knows that it needs to cut this out with this piece right here. And like I said, you can change it to whatever colors that you like. Got the little head right here. Got your mittens. This is the backer, your cheeks, your nose, the top, and like I said, little elements. If you want to make those bigger or smaller, you can. But I'm going to go ahead and hide this because I don't need this. And I'm going to hide this right here. I don't need that either. And I don't think I'm going to be using the star. I know I'm going to use the snowflake in one or two of them that I'm making, but I don't think I'm using the star. So I'm just going to go ahead and hide that as well. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a name on here. And I'm going to do my text button. And the font that I am using, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to my systems font because this is installed on my computer. But I'm going to go ahead and type in the font that I'm using. I think it's called Cadigan. Oops. This one right here. And of course I'll leave the link for that on the blog post as well. You guys know I'm a font hoarder, so I love letting you guys know what fonts I use as well. I'm going to do my cap locks. And I'm doing Spencer. This one's going to be for my son. I'm going to come up here to curve, and I'm going to curve this way. Go ahead and put that down. Change this to white so we can see it. And this is at an angle, and of course it doesn't matter that it's at an angle when you go to cut it, but I'm just going to go ahead until I make sure that my font fits right. I'm just going to go ahead and move this. Okay. And then I will put this on here to make sure it's going to look okay. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay, and if you want to make your letters a little closer, you can come over here, make them farther, make them farther apart or closer. I think I like it better that way. Okay, so that's going to be cut out of HTV. Everything else is cardstock. And for this one, I'm actually going to make this a lighter blue. Let me come right over here. And I'm going to make this part is going to be a darker blue. Now, obviously, whatever you see on your screen doesn't really matter. It's when you get to your cutting mat and you lay down all your cardstock and your vinyl that's going to pick out your colors, but I just like to do this for visuals. I am a very visual person. It helps me to keep track of the things that I need to cut. Okay, so, and then I'm going to go to the mittens down here. I'm going to ungroup this, right click and ungroup, or you can come up here and ungroup it. And I want his mittens . We're going to have his mittens match his hat. So I'm going to do this in the same color blue that I have up here. And we'll do that in the same way there. You can change it from up here, or you can actually go over to your color sync here. You see how you have one here? If we find that other one, which is here. So let's go ahead and collapse some of these. You guys can see. If you have not used this feature, you can just take this and drag it right up in here, and then it changes colors. And then for this part, I think I'm going to turn this to white. And I don't want to use the same white that's here because this is my HTV. So I'm actually going to pick this because that's the same color as this face down here. I'm going to do that as well. And the reason that I don't want to, excuse me, choose this white is because it's HTV and I want these materials to land on separate mats. So again, we can go ahead and let me find it. It's right here. Drag this down to here. And then that'll change colors as well. But I think everything else is okay. Oh, we need to change this little ball right here. Let's go ahead and make that a dark blue. We'll just have it match this. I may change my mind. I am somebody who definitely, as I'm crafting, if I'm like, oh, I don't really like how that looks together, I'll go and change it. I don't know if you guys do that, but I'll stop mid-project and I'll cut it out again from cardstock or whatever that I'm using. And then this, I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and leave this brown color. Again, I might change it, just kind of depends. Let's go ahead and save this. Okay, now I'm actually going to group this. Go back over here, and I'm going to duplicate this. And this one, I'm going to double click on it, and I'm actually going to name it Spencer. That out of the way, and I'm going to work on this one down here. So let's hide that, bring this one up, and let's ungroup this. So for this one, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do this one for my daughter. Just double click on it again. So if you've not done that before, it's already set. So as long as you don't ungroup anything, you can go ahead and just double click on it again and type in another name. This one, I'm actually going to be using the snowflakes. I'm going to do 2 of them. I'm going to do one on each side. And I think I'm going to do purple for Tessa. So I think that one's all right. So go ahead and, oops, we forgot about this part. I'm going to make that white. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and group that. Okay, so if you wanted to go through and duplicate like I'm doing, that's how you can work it inside of there. If you wanted to put a year in there, you would just do the same thing. Just type it out just like I did. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this. I'm going to go ahead and bring this one back. Now I am going to, when I do projects, if I have multiples, I do them one at a time. I have found that it's easier for my brain to remember what goes where, because when I start cutting out multiples, I end up getting mittens messed up and doing 2 left hands instead of 2 rights. It's just harder on my brain. So if you're somebody who can keep that in track, go for it. I'm proud of you. I'm not. So I have to cut them out one at a time. So I think I am just going to go ahead and do Tessa first. Let me save this again. Okay, we're going to get over to the cut screen. Click Make. I am using my Cricut Joy Xtra, like I said. This is going to be cut out of the white. This is HTV, so don't forget to mirror this. I'm just going to go ahead and click that now so I don't forget. Got your black. This is the nose. I'm not sure what color I'm going to do there. I am somebody who likes to move elements around so that I can use as few mats as possible. So you may see me having, like right now it's all white on here, but I could take this and move this down, click here, move object, and then go back to that first one. Then I just need to remember that this is going to be that white cardstock and this is going to be black. So I do that a lot with my projects so that way I don't have to use the whole 9 mats. Okay, so I'm going to cut this first. So I'm going to click Continue. Whatever works best with your machine, that's what you want to cut with. If you have not used cardstock before with your Cricut, I would definitely do a test cut first. This first one here, I'm going to be using heavy cardstock with less pressure. That works best for my Encore and for that 110-pound white that I told you that I was using. And then when I get down to the other ones, it just depends on the weight. If you don't have, let me go back. If you don't have these right here, you can go to Browse All Materials and find the product that you need. Okay, so like I said, heavy cardstock with less pressure is what I'm going to use first. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything cut, and then I'll show you how to get it all assembled. Okay, so I've got my white and my black on here. I use my brayer to go ahead and push it down on my cutting mat. Go ahead and pull that out and flip your mat over to get your pieces to come off. Or you can pull up and use your little hook. And now I'm going to be cutting my HTV. I'm just going to go ahead and change mats here. When you cut your HTV, make sure that your shiny side is down. And same thing, I'm just going to go ahead and use my brayer again. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera off, get the rest of my stuff cut, and then I'll come back when I get them done so we can go ahead and assemble everything. Okay, got all my pieces cut out, so they're going to go ahead and assemble. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn my Easy Press Mini on. Just got to push it one button and get that warming up. Go ahead and get this vinyl weeded. At the end of the video, I'll show you a few more. I plan on making some more so I can get my Christmas gifts out of the way. It's always nice to get them started early. And I do these every year for my kids and their spouses, and of course my grandson. That's what this one's for. So it'll be nice to get those out of the way. Christmas in July, got to take advantage of it, right? Okay, so get all our pieces over here. I'm going to go ahead and do the HTV on the hat brim right here. If you've not done HTV on cardstock before, it's really easy. Depending on the cardstock that you're using, I have found that sometimes if the cardstock is thinner, your cardstock may want to curl a little bit after you put on your HTV. It's not a big deal, just stick it underneath something. I usually like put it underneath here, so it gives it a chance to cool down and flatten out. That little noise means that our machine is ready. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Get it centered best I can. I was going to cut the little snowflakes out of HTV as well, but I decided to do some glitter cardstock. So I'm just going to go ahead and run this over this HTV. I've got my Teflon sheet on top of it. Doesn't take a long time. You're just putting some heat on it to get the HTV to release from the carrier. Go ahead and pull it up slow. If it does not release, lay your carrier sheet back down and do it again. Pop that underneath there and let that cool down a little bit. Now we're going to assemble our gift card. I'm going to glue the head on. Make sure he's going the right way. Just gotta go this way. Now, if you'd rather use foam on this, you can, but I'm going to have this part to be flat on here. My pin's sticking to my arm there. And I'm going to do foam to put this on here. I'm just going to do little foam squares. This project's really easy. Perfect to get, like I said, your Christmas gifts started. I think this would be adorable for, not only for a Christmas tree for your family members, but this would be really cute for a teacher as well. I know a lot of teachers say they don't need any more mugs or soap or whatever it is that we tend to flock to when we give teachers gifts. They would rather have a gift card. So what better way to give a gift card? Give it in something cute. Get you guys a little closer. Okay. All right, and then I'm also going to use foam to put this on here. Try to talk when I'm crafting, but I'm not good at it. I'm somebody who, if I don't focus, I end up making mistakes. So as much as I try to engage while I'm crafting, I usually end up just being quiet. But tell me, guys, what do you do every year? Do you have any traditions for Christmas ornaments or gifts? I always used to get ornaments for my kids. Back in the day when it was Hallmark ornaments. That's what I used to get for my kids every year. That goes on there. And I'm going to do a foam square for the little top of the hat as well. I'm just going to do a small one. So make sure I've got it the right way. And I'm actually going to put 2 of them on here. If you need to cut it down, you can. Or you can use the foam tape, whatever you're more comfortable with. Trim it off just a little bit because it's hanging over a little. It's really hard to see crafting when you're trying to show somebody else how to do it and there's a camera above you. It's very hard to see, to make sure that you guys can see and I can see. Plus, on top of that, my eyes are crappy anyway, so it gets a little frustrating sometimes when I can't show you what I want to show you. I'm just putting glue on top of my adhesive tabs. It just helps with if you need to reposition, gives you a little bit of extra time to move things around if you need to. Not a whole lot, but it does help a little bit. I am somebody who is horrible at lining things up. Okay, and that part. I'm going to do a foam square for the nose as well. Let's do his nose this way. Okay, and I'm gluing on the cheeks. So I'm actually just going to put the glue right on here. You could also do, if you are somebody who uses inks, or you could even do paint, and you could just do like a little blush for the cheeks. I have done that before as well. That turns out really cute. Now for the gift card part, you have the little slices in here. Make sure you just kind of open them up so you make sure that they're accessible. And that's going to go on here. And with that, I'm going to be using the tape for this. And I have found, I like to test my files before I give them to you guys or sell them or give them as freebies, however. So this is what I found worked for the first two that I did. I don't know if you can see, probably can't see in there, I'll show you as we go. I've got some taped, but down here where the little mittens are, those are just glued. And then these just kind of pull back. Took a little bit of finagling to get the gift card in there, but I didn't want to make it too big. And I just cut these down to fit in here. You don't want to cover this up. And I'm also not putting it on the edges, I'm just putting glue on the edges here. I know purple is not a traditional Christmas color, but my daughter likes it, so I like to kind of do themes. My daughter-in-law likes pink, so I usually do pink for her. But I love patterned cardstock. And if you are somebody who doesn't have a lot of patterned cardstock, but you have a printer, you definitely can do digital papers. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right here on the edges. This over. I need to move this so that I can see. And then we're just going to line it up. Whoop. That glue will dry clear, don't worry. Maybe if I turn it upside down it'll be easier. It's very hard to see. I told you I'm not good at lining things up. There we go. And I'm going to push my sides down. Okay, and I'll let that dry. I'm going to go ahead and put my little cuffs on my mittens here. And for this, I'm actually just going to do a little bead of glue right here, where it's going to go, and then just lay it on top. It kind of overhangs, so you don't really need to do the edges. That's why I'm putting the glue on here instead of on the actual little piece right here. This is a little pick-me-up tool. If you guys have never seen this one, this is another one that's something that is in my toolbox that I absolutely love. It's got a little sticky part on the top to help you pick up the cardstock. Okay, so now again, I'm going to go ahead and pull those out a little bit. I'll make sure that they're easy to get to. And then I'm just going to glue the little mittens right on here. And I'm only putting the glue on the ends. You don't want to do it at the top because then that's going to stick to this part. So I'm just putting it right here on the end and pushing it down, and I'm going to hold this up a little bit, not bending it. I mean, I don't want to fold it in half. I'm just pulling it up. And same thing on this side. Roll that up a little. Obviously you want to let this dry before you start sticking your little gift card in there. So then I've got my little snowflakes here. I'm just going to glue those on. Whoop. And I think I'm just going to do white for the little hanger. And I'm just going to double it in half here and pinch it and stick it through that little hole right through the front. And then grab it on the other side and pull it out. And then stick your string in there. Okay, there's your hanger. Alrighty. So now for your gift card, let me go ahead and pull one of these out here. And again, like I said, I had to finagle mine a little bit to get it to fit in. But obviously if you're making a gift card holder, you want it to be snug so your gift card stays inside and doesn't fall out. So just work with it. It will go in. Would it be easier to slide it? Okay. And there's that one. I think that's so cute. Which one do you guys like? Oops, forgot to turn off my heat press. Do you guys like them with the hangers or without? Let's see if I have another fake gift card to put in there. Got another orange one. Actually, I have this one here. There we go. There you go, guys. Cute little snowman gift cards. Like I said, I'm going to make a couple more. I'll throw them in at the end of the picture or the end of the video here and show you what they look like. Kind of give you some ideas for some different color schemes. But you guys can find this week's freebie in the freebie library. It is design number 255, I believe. Let me check. Yep, it's design number 255. Like I said, you can find it in the freebie library. I believe the name of the supplies that I used, the font that I used, where you can find them. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I appreciate you. Until next time, have a wonderful day on purpose. Okay, so like I said, here's a few more that I did. Went ahead and got all my gifts out of the way. Personalized them to my favorite person's colors. This one I did to show you what it would look like for a teacher. There's no hanger on this one. You can just hang this one or just hand this one out just like this. But these are all the ones I did. I didn't have enough gift cards to fill to show a demonstration of what it would look like, so I just printed out my own. This, I figure I can give that to my grandson. He doesn't need a gift card. I can just give him some money. Emergency ice cream money. But that's it, guys. I'd love to see them if you make them. Don't forget to come on over to the Facebook group and show them off. I love seeing what you guys make with my freebies. Have a great day, guys.